Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Just Us Review, where we like to take our favorite shows, fiction-based superhero shows, break them down and give you guys the nit and the grit. And we keep it real with you. And today, we got two shows to give you guys a preview of. The Flash and, of course, Black Lightning. And one of these disappointed. We'll let you guys guess. It was The Flash.
Alright, disclaimer, I didn't watch The Flash. Explain it to me like I'm Barry.
Okay, everybody come in close. I'm going to tell you what happened. Not a goddamn thing.
Oh my god.
We talk about padding.
Mm-hmm. This shit was painful.
You know what? It was so horrible that I don't want to review the show anymore. I'm done with The Flash.
Yeah, when you texted me this morning and was like, I'm done with The Flash, I was like, it must be really bad. And then I'm sitting there watching it and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
There was surface level shit, and then there was shit there's layers to how terrible this episode was.
What have I told you guys about Killer Frost? That she has no purpose in this show.
You worried about Killer Frost?
I'm worried about everything because this is the definition of poor writing.
I will throw you one caveat with Killer Frost. Her actress is pregnant in real life, which she should have just took a sabbatical.
But that doesn't help the situation because she sucked way before she got pregnant.
So the answer was take Cisco off the show. You just made it worse.
And they're trying to hide it, and I'm sorry, but I saw it. Like, they didn't hide it that well.
Cisco knows the guy who plays Cisco knows what a sinking ship looks like, and he got the fuck off of it.
No,
he'll be back.
So let me explain what went down this week's episode. First of all, Iris is stuck in the mirror world, which is the only great part about this.
Yeah, that was the end stinger because if you're 12, you wouldn't think that.
I actually touched myself when I found out about that. Because she's trapped in the mirror world, and there's another person who looks like her doppelganger is out in the world. So here's the story. Aminette Black is back. I know. And she's trying to get this flower.
I'm gonna stop you right there. She looked fucking terrible.
She always looks terrible.
I'm trying to figure out what this dude found attractive.
So now Aminette Black is trying to get this flower. And at the same time, her ex-boyfriend, Goldface,
he's back?
Yeah, Goldface is back. So they do a Save the Last Dance thing where I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. But secretly they like each other.
This was the Valentine's Day episode, by the way.
That's pretty much it. And then at the end of the episode, Flash...
At least this year, they finally aired it near Valentine's Day.
No, so...
Hold on, wait. And then at the end of the episode, the Flash and Iris end up getting them back together. That was the story. And a bunch of bullshit in between.
So, there are layers to this trash. The Alexa ad.
You talking about, what happened to integrity? The show never had it.
That shit, Aminette Black looked fucking horrible. Like, I'm trying to understand who wants that. What?
So in addition to that too, I'm gonna say something that I found horrible was, I don't know if I would call it the B plot. And actually I say horrible, but at the same time, it might have even been a bit of commentary on the show. I think Candace Pat was crying for him. Because her and Barry got into it, and he was like, I feel like we're not connected. And she was like, well, you went to Leah and you while I was out fighting crime. I got a team now. I've grown, Barry. And I could have sworn she looked at the TV and she was like, help me.
And the funny part?
She did that at the end when she was banging on the damn screen, like, get me out.
And when she was talking about that, I want to be my own. I was like, bitch, aren't you the one who said we are Flash?
I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, yeah, you making some points, but shut up.
You know what? She was making great points, but you know what threw that all in the toilet? It wasn't Iris.
And then there was the Alexa ad, which no integrity as we figured out. Guys, I don't want episodes of this shit where it's centered around a holiday or some special occasion, because these are your worst episodes. I'm tired of looking at that shit.
So, all that goes down, and the onesie joke went over one too many times. You see Iris doing shit that doesn't make sense. Like she's in a bar asking for information on Amunet Black. And everybody should know who she is because she's a reporter for the Citizen. But nobody seems to put two and two together.
Oh, and don't forget the hindrance that I didn't even know Amulet knew he was the Flash. But she was like, when they were at a restaurant and she robbed this dude at the restaurant. And Flash and Iris, I shit you not, they both get up and they walk over to her and they're like,
try to arrest her. And Barry looked like he had the smallest penis in there. Like
and she was
from
like,
his body language to all, I'm like,
and she was like, oh shit, you're the Flash. No, you're not arresting me. And if you ever come after me, I'm gonna tell everybody who you are.
And guess what happened next? They let her go.
Yeah.
Hold on. Mind you, he has super speed.
So the majority of the episode was him not being the Flash because he was afraid she was gonna tell who he was.
So mind you, he has super speed, so he could have snatched this bitch up at any time, but we forget that in the show. But the whole, like you said, weenus moment, PCD, I'm part of the police, you're under arrest. And she was like, you're a crime scene investigator. I still work for the police. It was cringeworthy.
Yeah,
it
like
was really bad.
And the fact that the fact that this guy takes this important briefcase on a Valentine's Day is the dumbest thing. Like, these writers didn't even try.
Let's get it. Look.
And like the extras didn't even react to this.
Yeah.
And then when they left, they looking around like, what the fuck was that? like they was on the wrong show. Like,
Another funny part was so Amunet Black was like, "You're the Flash." She didn't whisper it. Mm-hmm. She said it like, "I'm talking to you," in a room full of people. So the fact that
she got this squeaky voice like, "I know you're the Flash." Like, we heard you. The old people across the room heard you.
I thought she had like a fake British accent.
It's cringeworthy.
Like, okay. I can't do it because I respect myself, but yeah.
So I don't even want to give this, like I said, this show was horrible. Like, they literally have nothing after Crisis, and it shows this. I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm done.
So the B plot of this episode too was, we're still on this bullshit about what's his name?
Dibney.
Not Dibney.
Nash.
Nash and Allegra, him, the daughter shit.
Yeah.
So Caitlin, this is my thing. Okay, so the B plot with that is this boy that Allegra used to go with, she ghosted him for a year or whatever because she got metahuman powers. And Caitlin took it as, oh, you like this boy because she was Facebook stalking a dude. Kim's going to sleep, and I did too. So she was like, I'm going to be your life coach. But remember, this is the same chick that needed a life coach 3 months ago because she didn't know what. And it was her first Valentine's Day, so she was trying to celebrate.
This is Killer Frost?
Yeah. And then she realized she had a fucking man because she's a 5-year-old. Speaking.
They don't know what to fucking do with her.
Yeah.
Speaking of ghosting, something else I don't need is millennial slang and memes and bullshit. And like they threw all of that shit around in the episode. Specifically when Black Gold and Amulet or whatever was.
Black Gold.
I don't care to learn these people's names. They were fighting and he was like, "Bye, Felicia," and I swore this bitch flossed. And I'm like,
wait, she taught him about NWA.
Yeah.
So
wrap it up.
Yeah. Don't care. I don't want to watch the show anymore. I think I'm done. But you know what? I need to go drop the bubble for my guts from watching this. We'll be right back.
Please give us a suggestion of something else to watch instead of Flash to review.
Or money. If you want us to review this, give us money.
But you know what? Let me go take this dump. All right, let's get to the real reason why we're here. All right, this week we got a supercharged up episode of Black Lightning. Last time we left, the squad got together. The outsiders have formed, and now we're going to Markovia. But there's a couple of hurdles to get there. What we find out. How do everybody feel about this episode?
Okay, two things first. First off, You know this is gonna be a banger of the episode if you read the title of the episode.
I didn't read the title.
It was called like "Get the Strap" or some shit.
It was called Get the Strap. It was called Get the Strap.
I'm sorry. I was too busy listening to the intro music. Like,
I was gonna touch on that because I was gonna say
banger intro.
we haven't touched on the music in a long time, but the music for this episode was on point.
Can I set the stage for the intro? My boy Jefferson in his chair with his cognac.
Drinking that yak.
he ain't got his girl back.
And I'm sitting there watching him, and he's sitting there giving his whole speech and everything, and he's so calm. And my favorite part is watching him transition from that Martin Luther King hysteria that he always has to Malcolm X. Because he said he gained his baby back.
And you see it in the edit. Like, they would cut some stuff in and he walking around.
No, I was gonna say like it was understated, but like that was a really good intro to this
Like,
episode.
it gives you his mindset. And at first I'm thinking, like, he's recording this. Like, who is he talking to? And I'm glad they showed that it was Gamby.
Like, we read the gun.
I love how nonchalant Gabby was. Where he was like, I guess I have to bury a bitch if I have to. And Gabby was like, I got shovels in the back.
Like, I got a subscription to a magazine.
So
before we get off the music, because I know we're gonna forget it, Kendrick Lamar was in here. It got rowdy in every scene.
Like, this episode was so strong. Like, I thought last week's episode was strong, but this one was a fucking banger.
I'm calling it best episode of the series
Because it had everything. It had the story, it had choreography, it had depth. And people were smart. So
emotional attachment.
So the crew goes to Markovia.
Before we get to Markovia,
you skipped a whole bunch of shit.
We gotta set this up.
Okay.
like they had a training session and all that.
So the training session goes down, and everybody's trying to get ready. And Jennifer goes in, tries to recruit Khalil. And one of my favorite moments of this piece is when Jefferson actually goes and talks to him, and he's like, "Look, you can't really, linger on your past. What defines us is what we do in the future and what you do from now on." And he was sitting there spitting game to him, and Khalil, you could see, like, this was some good fucking acting. Because you could see the discourse in Khalil where he was like, I can't trust myself, I killed my mom, how can you guys rely on me? If we're in a situation and I flip on you guys, that could be detriment. Like, what do you guys feel about that?
So I want to take it back to Jen first.
Okay. Because
that was two conversations, two times they tried to recruit him. And she laid it all out. It was like, I killed my mom. Like, I'm trying to save my mom. Help me save my mom. He's flat out was like, no. And I was like, damn, that was cold blooded. Like, he thought this through. Like, it was no, I want to, but I can't. He was like, nah.
And could you blame him?
And then Jeff went there. He was like, yo, we want you. We need you. But I understand if you got to go. You always got a door open if you ever come back.
And he basically apologized to him because he felt like he didn't do enough for him.
And that moment, and what Khalil said was fucking awesome. Khalil was like, like I told you in the hospital, you did everything you could, so I don't accept your apology. And I was like, damn!
Like, I forgot about the hospital scene.
Yeah, but I mean, like that conversation needed to happen because it ties all the seasons up in that one little bow right there.
Yeah, like it's almost like he's been a character for multiple seasons.
It shows growth and development.
Gotcha. All right, speaking of growth and development.
So you have everybody training, but apparently Geodude ain't throwing no hands yet.
Nah, he only got one thing on his mind.
Exactly.
Murder.
What a white woman is.
Which to me, like,
I would say this. Geodude was the weakest link of this episode to me.
I gotta push back. I have to push back.
No, the weakest link was Jennifer.
So let me push back on why Geodude wasn't. Geodude didn't come here to do a team meeting. Geodude isn't here for a savior mission. Geodude is coming in and put foot in ass.
So let me side with Fed for a moment, but that's why he was the weak link, because this is a concentrated mission, and the thing is, we already giving you leeway by letting you go. Like, real talk, like, we really need soldiers and you a kid. So we understand what you need right now, but if this shit's gonna work, we need you to follow orders and follow direction.
And he contributed 0 to the mission because there were three separate missions. There was get Lynn, get Tobias, and his side mission and go kill Jace.
But here's my thing. He brought that to the table beforehand. He was like, I'm literally only going for this reason. So like you said, they knew his mentality going in.
Yeah.
So they already knew what he was about.
Right.
And my thing is, if you take him on a mission after he tells you what he's about, that's your fault.
That's true.
But the thing about that is, that was more out of a little bit of desperation because they needed bodies.
Okay, cool.
And then he became a liability at some point because this man is using Earth-based powers in an underground bunker.
But we'll get to that in a second. So now the squad's getting lit up, and my boy, this is what I like, stories that make sense. So Techno Crag.
First of all, MVP of the episode.
Exactly.
So Techno Crag is it looks like he's having issues with like communicating with people, and it looks like he's taking
He's awkward and shit.
like he's taking a fancy to the other girl on the team who
let's call her.
I'll give you the name because I can
Ashley Spinelli.
Yeah,
Right.
I can give you the name because I did more research, figured it out. She is a member of the Outsiders. The reason I couldn't figure it out before is because they gender bent a character called Freight Train.
Gotcha.
That's who she's supposed to be.
So we meet Freight Train, and then Techno Crag is like around her, and acting odd around her.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, there's a reason behind this. So everybody think he's just being weird around this girl.
Because he like her or whatever.
That he has emotions for her, and then when they get on the chopper, he's like, "Yo, Jefferson, she had a kill chip in her neck, and I disabled it." And Soldier Boy, I know you was watching me because your phone told me. I love this because it shows smart writing.
Yeah, it was an issue that didn't linger on for too long.
Exactly. It wasn't a surprise that the audience had to sit on like, we know she's gonna flip on Lynn at any moment. No, it was a problem. The person there who could have solved it. Okay, we don't need to deal with it.
And that whole exchange, first of all, it made Grail look good because he was like, "Hey, yo, straight up, they said I was supposed to do this and that. If it go wrong, she has that same objective too. But I won't do it, but she will because she got a chip in her." And he came in and was like, "Oh, I solved that problem." And then Gamby was there. He was like, "Gamby taught you well."
And I love that because I hate shows when they like, well, we know this turn is about to come.
Yeah.
They solved it. It's like we here for a mission and everybody about their business and everybody stepped up on this mission. Now before we get to the mission, we get introduced to Gravedigger. And when first of all, Wayne Brady.
First of all, let's talk about Mosin. And
how he had his whole car pulled. So Gravedigger comes in and was like, "Yo, why ain't shit getting done?" And Bolson is like, well,
shut up, get out.
You're off the clock.
he was
I'm
like-
part of this now.
He was like, "Bitch, why ain't shit getting done?" And Molson was like, "Well, she don't want to move."
And then they pulled the Simpsons meme where he Lisa and Gravedigger Margie like, "I'm gonna need you to leave. I need you to clock out and go."
I just like the juxtaposition because Mosin walks in like, "All right, are you 5? Shut up." But 10 just walked in like, "I'm about to come in here and wreck your world, shocking Lynn and shit." Like,
Because that's how he know how to do shit. Then 11 walked in.
he was like, "Hey, yo, 10, what you think you're doing in here?" Like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. 11.
So, first of all, before we get into this, Wayne Brady had a phenomenal performance.
Yeah.
Like, Gravedigger was a concise character. Even though we didn't get that much information, he had depth.
Like, he has a backstory. I want to know more, but I feel like I got enough.
But he has enough depth where he's just not another bad guy. Like, it's interesting because at certain points in the show, I started to feel for Gravedigger. I was like, he's doing this out of necessity, kind of like the ASA was. So I'm starting to understand what he's coming
remember,
from.
she was like, "You're an American. You're here to help me." He was like, "Nah, calm down. Hold on."
I'll tell you that origin story in a future episode. But right now, I need you to do that.
I feel like we can just put 2 and 2 together. He was an American soldier, and he got experience, and we know about his stories with American military and people with his...
Exactly.
Actually,
Melanated.
that's literally what it is. He's Captain America.
Okay.
He fought in World War II, and then when the shit was over with, you know how they treat us. So he was like, I'm gonna stay in Markovia.
So Gravedigger comes in and he compels Lid to start making the formula
with the push.
because his ability is that he can control your frontal cortex.
Yeah, you ever see this movie called Push? All right, forget that movie. This is how you push.
Whatever he
Actually, he reminded me a little bit of Purple Man from
Yeah.
Jessica Jones.
It's the same thing.
Well,
Little bit.
whatever he commands, you have to do. So it's like, so what if he tells you to do something, you pretty much have to do
You're
it.
compelled to do it.
So Lynn starts cooking to get in the kitchen, making that crack,
Yeah.
and she cooking, and
Whipping
you know,
them babies.
and you know what? And I loved it because I was like, he didn't do any physical violence. He was like, you're gonna do it. You know, I don't want to have to force you to do it, but you're making me pull my car to do this. And so while she's working, the team is on their way flying, and everybody's ready. And then Khalil comes in, and he's like, "Yo, where you want me to sit?" And he's like, "You sit at the front, cause we gonna need you when it's time to roll." So on the plane ride, it was another thing that happened, and you see, and this is like I said, even the smallest details in the writing. So you see Geodude start freaking out, and we were like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then Gamby came out of the corner. He was like, his powers are earth based. The fact that he's in the air flying is so unnatural to him that his body is reacting to this. It only makes sense. And Khalil comes over and nerve pinches him and puts him out. That's when my girl Anissa's like, "What you doing? You killing again? Is you killing again?" Because Anissa's watching him like a hawk.
So
I mean, I understand where she's coming from.
I understand where she's coming from, but at the same time, it's like, you don't know Freight Train and you ready to do Marvel Comics team up attack.
I'm gonna push back. I'm gonna push back on that because they wanted to link up with a scene earlier when Jim was having an attitude, which is why I said she was the weakest link of the episode, because like she's still holding on to shit that one, they didn't have control over, and two, like you were
You were
gone,
holding secrets too.
you were gone killing people and you didn't say anything. So
And honestly, I understand Anissa's apprehension because she almost killed him.
Yeah, and that's what I was
He
gonna
almost- yeah, he
say.
almost
I feel
killed
like the only reason she was having that, she was holding that against him, is because she took that L that first time they fought.
So everybody's on the plane, and now we land on Markovia. And now it's time for the action sequence. My boy Black Light is like, "Yo, I got the head," and he jumps out the plane, charges up, boom, does that whole Marvel thing where the shockwave hits the
Superhero land.
superhero land shockwaves, takes out the first group of Markovians, and now we split into our groups.
So this is where I gotta give kudos to the editing with this one, because we went to a commercial break. It comes back. Mosin walks in the room, looking at people, starts beating up on scientists and shit. I'm like, damn! All he did was tell you get out the room. We ain't gotta go killing people, Mosin. And then Mosin sits down at the table. I'm in. Shift changes into Grace Joy. I was like, oh damn, where did Mystique join the team?
Exactly.
I'm like,
First of all, the way that I didn't know, I knew Grace Choi could fight, but the fact that she had that much combat experience was ridiculous. Like I said, the fighting,
crisis.
Really, they showed you
Yeah.
pre-crisis in season 1 when she turned into Uncle.
Yeah.
And then, like the last episode, she was like, "I'm gonna show you why you taking me on the mission."
Now, this is why I'm like the combat and the fighting choreography. Whoever this dude is, y'all need to keep him on payroll. So she gets them in. So the first wave goes in, and then we see Jefferson, Anissa, and Freight Train are at this door that they can't get past. Black Lightning can't get past it, and Thunder can't get past it because it's literally designed to keep metas out. And then we get introduced to the power combo of Freight Train. Who wants to go?
So I'll go on this. So they get the idea for Anissa to keep punching Freight Train so that she can absorb the kinetic energy and then redirect it at the wall. And that's where the tag team attack come in. And then after they break down the wall, some shit happened and Black Lightning got to break out, and they like, we got this.
So with all that's going on, Team B is off to go find Lynn. And while Team B is going that way, Geodude is like, "Fuck this! I came from Chase. I want a Chase sandwich with all the work." So he breaks off to go get Chase. And then Jennifer goes to get his mom and with Khalil. And then while they're on their way, Gravedigger shows up.
Well, first of all, we gotta talk about Khalil in that scene. This man got spider senses. He got so much combat awareness in him. He knows when danger is coming.
He's like 4 people coming around the corner there, 6 people around there.
There's a really strong power level that way.
My scouter is going off.
So all of a sudden, his scouter blinks. He's like, "Yo, I need to handle this one." And then comes Gravedigger.
I see why he called Gravedigger.
We got Gravedigger versus Khalil.
And let me say, that was a fight that I wasn't expecting, and I didn't think I wanted. And then when I found that it was gonna happen, because I'm watching this on my office, I was like, "Ah! Are we getting this?"
The turn up was real.
Yeah.
Like when they went back and forth, like they go blow to blow. Like I said, choreography.
Hold on. Before they went blow to blow, Khalil was like, "Fuck that!" And then, as the title of the episode suggests, he pulled out 2 Uzis.
and start.
He didn't get a chance to.
No. Before that even happened, I'll let one thing out. So Gravedigger tried to push him, and he was like, "Huh?" And he sized him up quick. He was like, "Your body position looks awkward." He's like, "Right now, the way you're standing, you're not sure of yourself." He's like, "You got cybernetic enhancements. That's why my push doesn't work on you."
You're
He's
more
like,
machine than man.
"Okay, let's see." So then they started to scrap, and this is the choreographer did his job, and they go back scrapping, and then in the middle of the fight, Gravedigger was like, "I can see you have technique, but I pretty much know how to beat you right now."
Yeah.
So he started putting that work on Khalil.
I saw a army boot in Khalil's chest.
I thought that shit
Like,
too.
they made sure that shit connected.
Yeah.
No, did you see the spin kick?
Yeah.
When they flipped back to the hallway.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, this was movie level shit. Like, this was movie level quality shit. And I was like, oh my God, I love this show. So while this fight is going on, Geodude is all trying to find Jace. And he's like, "Hey, yo, is your name Jace?" And this dumb bitch was like, "Yeah, who wants to know?" And he was like, "Kwame does."
No, it was more like, if your name Jake, and she was like, "Yes, what do you want?" He was like, "I want you to die, bitch."
So he started shaking the ground and while shaking the facility, and then a white man from town came in and caught him on the hand and knocked him out. And was like, "Come on, let's go." And he takes Chase and Geodude, and they escape. Now while all this is going down, we gotta get to the side plot. So Lynn, I love Lynn now, figured out how to combat the push. And she takes, you gotta talk about this because you've been a Lynn champion. Tell me what Lynn did.
You got to champion this because the drug saved her life.
So here's the thing, and this is what I'm gonna use this as an excuse to go on a fuck Odell rant. He basically got this bitch hooked on drugs so that she will make the drug that will ultimately save her fucking life in this situation. Like, do y'all see why I have a problem with this character? But enough about that. I think it's fucked up that drugs were the solution to this problem.
So Lynn was able to convince Gravedigger that his blood was a stabilization cure that she needed to help the metas. And because she was able to trick him, because he thought she was being pushed still, he gave her some of the blood. He takes her blood and then able to replicate his powers, and now she's able to duplicate it. Which
And Jake was like, "Do me next." She was like, "No, bitch."
Lynn was like, "Wait, hold up. You want me to give you mind control powers?" Bitch, is you crazy? So Manson, what's his name? Molson comes in and he's like, "Bitches, wait, what are my drugs, bitches?" And then Lynn was like, "Hey, yo, Shocky man, dance for me." And he like, "What is going on?" And he's like, "Yeah, who's the bitch now?" So Lynn makes him get obedient and lead her out. So as she's finding her way out, they're running to Jennifer. And Jennifer about to shock the shit out of him. But she's like, "No, this is my pet monkey right here."
So I want to add something else to that. I like the fact that despite the fact they was going there to get Lynn, she was on her way out anyway. It shows that she just wasn't content to sit on the sidelines and wait to get rescued.
So Lynn puts the shock collar from her neck back on Molson and makes him shock himself till he passes out. Now we get back to the Khalil and Gravedigger fight. And it's going on, and Gravedigger pretty much busts down Khalil. I mean, he was like,
broke him down.
He was like, you have great technique, but I got experience. And he busts him down.
So we gotta talk about the Save Tobias arc.
I'm wondering why y'all throwing that on.
Dancing around it.
Okay,
You hover too long.
so
Jefferson makes his way to Tobias. He is like, first, let me break down these soldiers in the hallway. Excellent fight scene.
Oh, by the way, he drop kicked the shit
Let me amend that. It was a running drop kick. It was like, Keon, bitch. Like, I was like, yo.
Calm down.
So he saves Tobias, and he's like, let's go, Tobias.
They have a conversation before they save him.
When Jefferson turns his back, he's like, thanks for the save, Mr. Jefferson. And he was like, yeah.
Hold on. Remember I said this. He uses his dialect as a way to disguise himself. He was like, even if that was my name, bruh, like blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, no. Street talk ain't gonna save you this time.
He's like, yeah, your wife didn't tell you, but then again, it is your ex-wife. I was like, bro, you only got live. I was like, right now, you only got to strength of one man. He was like, yeah, she was only your ex then. Yeah, you know how.
And now she a cracked out whore.
The man coming to save you, and you call his wife a junkie.
What was so funny about that is, it's usually cliche that when that one person pushed that button, they get punched one time. Jefferson started beating the shit out of him like, I'm playing! I'm just playing! Stop, nigga, shit!
He was like, please don't beat me, Mr. So the only thing that saved him from this ass whooping is that Gravedigger come around the corner with the strap, and he shoots Jefferson with these photon blasts and render him unconscious. So everybody's going back to the helicopter to escape now.
So I do want to make a point here. We never saw Tobias after that.
Yeah, we did. He was on the plane.
No, he wasn't. He escaped.
Oh shit.
We never saw Tobias again.
Okay, so everybody
because while Black Lightning was getting stomped out with the gun, where did Tobias go?
Oh, he left. He went to go find that nurse who stabbed him in the last episode. So everybody's getting on the plane, and then Lynn shows up. She's like, "Where's Jefferson?" He's like, "Just give him a minute." And then Gravedigger comes around and compels everybody.
Oh, that escape shit is up.
Y'all think y'all cute, don't you?
Like that was a valiant effort. Like I give y'all an A for effort, but nah.
But this and let me.
And I thought I was like, damn, they did this entire episode all just to come back to step one. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh my goodness.
And then out of nowhere, like a black Kool-Aid man. That man took buff through the wall like, hey, oh yeah, bitch. I didn't hear no bitch.
I didn't hear the rough though, dude.
So before we get into this part right here, I gotta break this down right quick. This is what I was talking about when it came to Gravedigger, because there was levels to him. When he cornered them, he was like, look, and I could kill all y'all, but that's not why I'm here. I'm literally here so you can help my mess.
He said I'm not a murderer.
Exactly. He was like, I'm literally here to get you to help save my people. And he's like, that's all I want, so you guys can go home, just leave her so that she can help me. And then Black Lightning comes in, and he's like, and then the look on Gravedigger's face, he was like, damn, all the shit I heard about you is true. You the Energizer Negro. And then he goes to raise back up, and Black Lightning has had enough. He reached down to his inner Mortal Kombat, summons Raiden, and he soul grabs the shit.
This wasn't a soul grab.
No, he killed him.
That was some Palpatine shit.
That went straight through his heart. Like, I tracked that.
Yeah, I think Gravedigger died.
He grabs Gravedigger, and he's up. And why the worst? It's not the fact that he's holding him up by lightning, But the fact that he's talking shit while he's doing it, he's like, "You weak motherfucker! I bet you put your hands on my wife again. I'll put it."
Go to the trunk on your bitch ass.
The whole time, grave digger, cooking. He's like, what smells so good? Oh, that's me. So they all get on the plane. Jefferson says he loves you to the land, and then they
got his woman back. Yeah.
So they get off. So all in
like,
all,
where's the vibe? He's like, fuck him.
Nobody ever asked about the virus.
so all in all, like as a first outing for the Outsiders, this was an incredible episode. I can't wait to see where the story progresses because I have an idea of where they're going after this, and this was fucking brilliant. And this shows great writing, great detail to story, great plot development, storyline development, everything that I could actually ask for a show.
The stunts was on point. Like, usually, like
the side conversations move the plot along.
Yeah,
exactly. And this, and you know what? This show was wasted on the CW.
It really is.
I believe that if it was on HBO, if it was on Netflix,
or even that fucking DC app, I would have got the DC app if Black Lightning was on the DC app.
Because honestly, I think the CW wasted the writers. I'm glad they separated from the people in the Arrowverse because they would just taint what's going on here. And what they're building over here is magnificent. I gotta give like the actors. The writers, the directors, everything was on point in this episode.
The camera work,
the editing, like it wasn't like everything had a point.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention this, but there was a scene where Jen and Khalil was going around the corner and some soldiers ran through and just started firing on them. And like she stopped the bullets with electricity, turned that shit around, and then threw the electricity back at them. Like, you don't get that quality of one stunt, two CG, and all of that, like, on any other show. Like, when I say this is the best episode of the series, like, I stand by that.
Even other minor things that, like, just, like, really minor stuff, like, Technocrat, he listens to oldies music because that's the time he came from when he was frozen.
Yeah,
like,
I was wondering what that was at first, and then that just clicked.
Yeah, like
I was like, who was
these,
listening to
these
this?
motherfuckers pay attention.
Yeah.
So all in all, if anything, we just average. If you've never seen this show before, please watch it. If you just casually walking through or you just your first time walking to this episode, if we can just convince anybody to watch it, please, because they do a great job and they actually have great story points. But you know what?
I want to say one last thing.
And I got one last thing.
Your boy Tobias was tripping before he got rescued. Because when that alarm started going off, he was talking all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But he turned up himself.
He's like, that's why y'all mamas ain't shit. Oh, they coming for y'all ass too. USA.
And one more thing. Have y'all did y'all catch? Y'all probably did, but did y'all catch the retcon? This is probably the biggest change post crisis. So at the beginning of the episode, when he's talking, he mentions how he's been Black Lightning for 22 years.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. So post crisis, now they're saying Black Lightning was the first superhero in the CW Arrowverse. Yeah. Even
okay. So that's different.
Yeah, he predates Oliver by that.
He predates Oliver, but like they're even saying like maybe Superman came a year or two after him.
Okay.
Because before it was like I want to say like 15 years if you do the math.
Mm-hmm.
But in this episode, he said he had been Black Lightning for 22 years.
Yeah. So the thing I was going to ask about is it's a deviation from the comics because he says Black Lightning. I never liked that name. That's what they called me, and we know that's kind of a deviation from the comics itself. So as far as the name origin.
So in the comics, in Infinite Crisis, Batman pulls a whole bunch of heroes together to go on this side mission, and he puts Mr. Terrific and Black Lightning together, and they have a conversation, and Mr. Terrific asks him why he calls himself Black Lightning. And because he's like, don't you think that's a little on the nose? And he said, I chose that name because I want people to know what they getting into when they run up on me. And Mr. Terrific's response is, that's why I call myself Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting that they changed the that in the show that they said he never liked that name.
But you know why I like that change? Because he's like, look, honestly, I didn't come in here for celebrity or anything. I've just literally been what the people needed.
Mm-hmm.
So if they needed me to be Black Lightning, then that's who I was.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, great writing, great show, and a great story. But that's all we can say about it right now.
The only thing we were missing was Gambit with the straps.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we were missing.
Mm-hmm. He didn't. And during that time, I'm surprised he didn't make any more suits. But I guess he figured,
I mean, stealth mission, all black.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you can.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, all their costumes look
Yeah, they actually did have some. I don't know if he designed them or it was ASA delivered them, but all their gear, the people who weren't in uniforms and costumes,
Mm-hmm.
they had like when he brought her the boots, it's like these will help you move faster and
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah. So I think their gear might have been geared towards that mission.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this too. Buffalo Gal's gonna be pissed when they get back and they don't have somebody.
I told you to get Jefferson. Darn it.
But like I said, great show. All right, thank you guys for joining us for this episode of the Just Us Review, where we like to keep it straight with you guys. We call bullshit where we smell it, and we smelled a lot in the episode of Flash. And honestly, the air cleared up when Black Lightning came around. Like and subscribe. There's plenty of content for you guys to view. For the month of February, we are doing the Power of Color Recognition of Black History Month, where every day in the month of February, we feature a character from anime or cartoons that are a person of color. Like and subscribe, but until next time.